Hello, my beautiful wildflowers. Alexis here with Modesty. Today is not Colourpop Friday, but today I do have a treat. Today we're going to be reviewing and trying on Natasha Denona's Circo Loco, the Crazy Circus, to get this look. So if you're interested in seeing how I got here, please stay tuned. Okay, my beautiful wildflowers, welcome back. And if this is your first time here, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Well, today, what I want to talk to you about is, as you can see from the thumbnail and the intro, Natasha Denona's new Circo Loco Palette. And I received this a couple of days ago, actually, but I really need to take a look at it and see what Natasha Denona did with it, and kind of get the feel for the palette before I go ahead and attempt anything. But I do want to tell you a little about it. Natasha Denona, this is her first palette out, actually, the new one, which is a $129 palette, and this is 2021 palette. And so I'm not really surprised of the shades, the shade ranges, because I had a feeling during the spring and summertime she would come out with something a little more exciting. And not to say that her other palettes aren't exciting, they are. But this one is, I mean, look at it. I mean, even the box aesthetics of this is beautiful. Not only that, what she was able to do is transfer it into the container here and the palette itself. And a lot of times what happens with the brands is that they'll make a beautiful, box outside, but it doesn't translate over to the aesthetically pleasing palette, and this does, and I'm really excited about it. And this is actually cruelty-free, but it is not vegan because it does have carmine in it if you look at the back. And those of you who only use vegan products may want to take a look at that because it does contain carmine, okay? And especially if you're sensitive to it. So anyway, this is a very nice plastic hard cover, because she does have those with the leather as well. And like I said, this is the larger palette. It's a $129 palette, just like her Biba palette, her gold palette. And let me give you a look at that. I'm going to go ahead and flip it upside down so I don't blind you with the beautiful mirror that's underneath there. And so here it is. And as you can see, as soon as I looked at this palette, I can see Circo Loco, which means crazy circus. And so look at these colors. It's so colorful. It's so appropriate for spring and summer coming up. And then the thing is, though, how she designed this palette is ingenious. Each quadrant can make a look, right? These four, these four, these four, and then these four. And so she's designed it, the layout, in such a great way. And it also works 3 diagonal. So 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, all these could go in diagonal and you can use it that way. So I thought it was pretty nice. But like I said, it is the higher $129 palette. And I know there was a lot of people out there that was hoping that would be her mid-level, which is like the $65 one. But she did actually come out with a larger one. And, if you love her and you definitely are a collector of Natasha Denona, which I am, I think this is actually, the color story actually is worth the money, I think. But I'm going to go ahead and try it. And the look that I'm going to do for you guys today is inspired from her actual look. And so I'll be using a couple of colors here. And also I will use one of the colors and a wet brush, which is, I don't do that much, but I really like to do that because that's exactly what Natasha Denona did as far as one of her looks. So, okay, so let's just get started. And as you can see, I have already primed my lids, and I did use the white canvas, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and they only come in one shade, and I like it because it's a flat canvas and it allows me to use the colors. I think the colors will be a little more vivid. And also for my eyebrows, as you know, my favorite, again, Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the Brow Wiz and Medium Ash. And let's just get in there and get started. Okay, using this somewhat of a flat brush here, I'm going to go in to the pantomime, like pantomime, okay? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this out here. And I mean, there is beautiful mattes, beautiful shimmers and foils as her palettes actually come. I'm going to go ahead and, oh, this is so easy to dab on here. I mean, this is just so beautiful. I just love her colors. And this looks really creamy. And I didn't bother actually swatching it for you because there's so many information out there with the swatches, especially Natasha Denona's site. I'm going to go ahead and link that below for you so you can see how nicely it swatches as well. Okay, and I know a lot of times the swatches, it doesn't really, it's not an indication of how it will perform. But I mean, you know, it's always nice to have. And next I'm going to use this small fluffy brush, okay? And I will dip into the cotton candy, which is this nice pink here. And I'm going to just go ahead and put this up top for a pop of color and diffuse out the blue a little bit here. And now we'll take a wet brush and I just spritz it with my little, not a setting spray, but prep spray. And I will go into the Aerialist, which is right here. And I will dab this onto my lid. I'm going to go ahead and touch the blue, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go over the blue to completely eliminate it. So here we go so far. Oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful color, guys. This is like a silver with a lavender touch, and the color is just like really pretty. Next, I'm gonna take this very small pencil brush and I will dip into this snow cap, okay? Just this one here. And this has got a little more blue to it than the previous one that I used. And so, and like I said, I got my inspiration from Natasha Denona's site. So, you know, I mean, this was really interesting how she did this. And she actually came, one thing I don't normally do is come in really deep into that section here, which was pretty interesting. But I think I'm going to have to put on my makeup before I could go ahead and put any more underneath. Otherwise, I'm going to lose it once I put on my foundation. But that's what I have so far. And I believe she did put that up top a little bit too. But I think I'm going to leave that out until I put on my foundation and see how that comes out. So I have this look so far. And then let me just go ahead and put on my mascara and all of my makeup, and so I can finish up this look for you, okay? I'll be right back. Here it is. What do you think? And so, what do I think about the palette? Well, my whole point was to capture the spirit of the crazy circus, right? And so I'm hoping I caught it because I did go ahead and add the eyelashes. And I know this one's a little bit wonky. I totally get it. But I mean, look past that and look and see the colors. I mean, I love these colors. These are not colors that I think I would have been really comfortable in. But after having watched Natasha Denona work her magic, you know, I was a little more encouraged on how I can use these colors. And, you know, when I bought this palette or when I ordered it, I said to myself, wow, that's a lot of bright colors. am I going to reach for it? And am I comfortable enough to use these colors? And now that I've gotten some inspiration from Natasha Denona, I definitely am comfortable with it. And this is something that, you know, I don't usually do, is around the eyes type of thing that I never even really thought about. And also, one of the techniques that I always fall back on, and if you guys been watching me long enough, you know, is that I always do my crease base first. But there was none of that today. There was just tapping it out on the outside, the blue, and then coming and also distributing the pink above it to go ahead and blend out a little bit of the blue, and then right into that lavender silver with the wet brush in the front, and then after that this metallic metal blue on the inside and underneath. So I mean, definitely I use technique that I'm not comfortable with, nor have I ever used before, and I'm really glad that I did, because this palette allow me to do that. So it's $129. Is it worth it? Well, it depends, right? You got to ask yourself, is this something you're going to reach for? Are these colors that you want to work with and you want to have fun with? Is this something that you can see yourself using? And if you answered yes, I would definitely think it's worth it, because the, I mean, this is her quality, right? Natasha's quality. The actual mattes are so creamy. And then the metallics, I mean, I had no fallout at all and no kick up, right? So it depends on a brush I think you use as far as kick up. Now that I'm a little more mature in this, that I can tell that. But as far as the quality of this eyeshadow, I mean, it's excellent. I mean, really excellent. I mean, it's like her and Pat McGrath. I mean, they just can't do anything wrong, okay? At least I found no duds in the things that I was playing around with here. And so, yeah, I mean, are you comfortable with this color? You know, look at it. It's very bright, but then again, it's so fun to really go out of your, you know, your comfort zone and play with it, because actually the only comfort that I have in the color that I use today is the pink, because I love pink. But to go in immediately with the blue on the outside of my outer V, that was a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm glad I did it, because now I know I can do it, and now I learned a new technique. And so, yeah, I mean, if you're going to use the color, it's up to you. It's a personal thing. For me, it was worth it. I think it's a beautiful palette, and I have a feeling I'm going to be really playing around with this one during the spring and summer, especially some of the other colors that, you know, I don't typically use, which are the oranges. I mean, it does seem a little redundant that she's got two oranges, but remember, this one is a middle, okay, metallic orange, and this one is actually matte. So there is a difference, right? And then also, I mean, these are the colors like this. I mean, it's so vivid. What am I going to do with it? And so, but it's actually going to be pretty fun. And I know I didn't swatch anything for you because there are swatches out there, but let me go ahead and swatch at least one of the oranges here, which is a matte, and let me put in a metallic here, or shimmer, I should say. And here we go. I mean, take a look at this. I mean, this is just once in and just really quickly swatched, and these are so beautiful. And the color that I think, this one is called Joker. I want to swatch this one because if anything goes wrong, it's usually this color for me. And yeah, not at all. Look at that. Look at the pigment on that. So gorgeous. And so, yeah, I mean, I definitely would recommend it if you like bright colors. I mean, it is a little bit costly, but I think it's well worth it. And it's something that's going to last over time. And these are colors that I think it looks crazy. And I mean, when I looked at it, I'm like, God, is this even cohesive? It really is if you look at it. But you can't look at it as a whole, but look at it as in part of a quadrant, right? Or even the rows. You know, you could use these three, and also how she developed this is that each of the rows, horizontal rows, is a 5-pan palette. Take a look at that. And so if you can make a look with these 5 pans, if it came in a palette, you can use this one and then mix and match as well. So yeah, my beautiful wildflowers. I don't know what you think. I mean, I hope you like the look that I was able to come up with. It was fun. I enjoyed it a lot, and I think I'm going to do it again. But I just want to go ahead and yeah, introduce it to you. And I know there's a lot of people out there talking about it. But this is just, remember, this is just my opinion, and this is from somebody who's not used to using using a lot of bright colors, and I really like it. And I pop on these eyelashes, and it definitely looks like Crazy Circus, right? So anyway, my beautiful wildflowers, if I added any value, please do hit like. And those of you watching who have not yet subscribed, please do consider subscribing and ringing that bell and selecting all, so that way you know every time I upload a new video. And so, my beautiful wildflowers, I hope you enjoyed it. I want you to have a beautiful day, beautiful night, beautiful week, beautiful weekend, whenever you're watching this. But just remember, never sweat the small stuff. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.